Hello and welcome back. Today's reading is on S.Coups, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I did it wrong. And yeah, so first of all, someone asked who is his ideal type, but I'm gonna get into that at last. But for now, let's start with the current energy reading where we're gonna try and see with my intuition and with the cards what's happening in his life and what sort of guidance that he is required. And first thing that I felt was completing a cycle. And this actually often shows up, this concept shows up in my reading a lot. And I want you to understand when you overcome something, when you complete a project, or when you're entering a new phase, all these will kind of show up as closing a chapter or cycle completion or having a new opportunity that is being presented in a different, slightly variated version of it that will pinpoint us where they are exactly in that cycle. This is not astrological cycle. I do not do based on that. This is just my intuition. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of ups and downs, and uh, what I would like him to do is dream interpretation. I'm not saying it because of this card, and I think that card is like a double confirmation about what I was gonna say. Sometimes what we get as solutions in our dreams. It might not make sense at first, but if you kind of like sit with it, you'll trying to understand what that dream meant to you. And here I feel like he is getting some sort of dream and he is getting answers. He's getting some sort of message that he needs to interpret. This concept doesn't show up so much, not in an exact this way, but sometimes I could just say that there's some sort of meaning to, or in something that they're trying to tell you about the future and so on. But here I feel like this is like presenting a solution for him, and 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 whatever it is that he's going through, it feels like it's emotional. Okay, I don't think it's about career. Even if it is, it's just making him sad or heartbroken. That's the feeling I'm getting. And we got awakening card. This card shows up when the path to truth starts from within. This is like telling you that you're finally awakening that part of yourself that you neglected. And also here with him is opening up to the truth. And sometimes with the card, this is the only card I think that where she's like sleeping, and this is also, I would say, somewhere you get these dreams or the interpretation, the solution, or your spirit guides trying to connect to you and tell you what to do. As I said, there is ups and downs, and there is something that's like making him heartbroken, but there's also a lot of things that he didn't know. This also shows up when they're getting to know the truth, they're getting to know the whole reality of things. Sometimes it's their own potential, sometimes it's understanding people around them or the situation. what I see is that he's gonna get into that phase. He's going to be in control of his destiny and he's gonna sit on that throne soon enough. But I feel like there are tough times, ups and downs, as I said. There are good things happening, there are bad things happening, but at the end of the day, I feel like he will stay in this throne. And yeah, let's take a look at other cards because I feel like there's so much to it than what I just said. What these ups and downs could mean, or and how to evade them. Okay, we got but. It's about new beginning and expansion, and also the time where it's very sensitive to just leave it out there. Mm? When there are buds forming, it's a time where you need to show extra care and love and attention to the plant so that they'll form out well, they'll yield the things that you were trying to make it happen. Also, it's an expansive time, new beginnings, new opportunities, new way of reaching people. Okay, we got rosemary, remembrance, loyalty, and faithfulness. Uh, okay, today I keep forgetting the things I wanted to say. We got mushroom here. Recycling, breaking down problems. If he's feeling overwhelmed, take one step at a time, break things down, and solve one thing a day. Yeah. So let's take a look at his love life. This is just his self-care or people who are in love with him, like their parents, their friends, just people that he would share his love with, and also a potential partner. We got challenges. Okay, I guess it's not just about work. And they're telling him to move on from this person or from this situation. It doesn't look like, at first, it's looking like it's challenging, something that would require his energy and inner healing. Okay, but then they're saying maybe it's time to move on because the person might not be it could be like someone who's unavailable, a waste of time. Yeah. Also got spy. This is like someone trying to uh, stalk you, or someone trying to do their research on you, and it's showing up as something important because it's affecting him or his private life. And yeah, so current lover or potential crush or someone whom he would try to reach out to. This could also be like a friend or a family member where he's trying to give that one-sided love while he's facing all these challenges and it's draining him. If it's emotionally overwhelming, it's not worth it, especially when the other person is not trying to give that love back to you. Maybe move on and or just give it a rest without hating the other person. And yeah, be aware of people who's like surrounding you, and I feel like they could be getting closer, or else normal stalker wouldn't show up in everything, because almost every single celebrity would have a potential stalker, and only the ones that are serious or like directly affecting them would show up in a reading. And yeah, I also see a lot of comments where it kind of makes me wonder how to how to make it better for them, just the comments itself is very overwhelming when I kind of like sit and read through it, kind of unsettling in a way. But yeah. So if you feel like you're crossing the line, or feel that you're in too deep into any K-pop or any celebrity, anything, take a step back. Even if it's my reading, if you feel like you're obsessed with it, take a step back, just ground yourself, and you know come back to it later when you feel good. Okay, everything should be in moderation. Mhm. Okay, so we got Eight of Hearts, Ace of Hearts, and Five of Hearts. First of all are hearts, but doesn't mean everything is colorful. So let's take a look one by one, which is Eight of Hearts, which represents invitation or emotional journey or leaving for love. Okay. It could also represent him traveling with the Ace of Heart here. That represents new love or emotional renewal, happiness in home, and things like that. With Five of Hearts, it's about emotional conflicts, regrets, and jealousy. So he's definitely going through a emotional renewal. Let me pick up a couple more cards, because all these were on his emotional side, and that's what's showing up even for work. We got Three of Spade and Seven of Hearts. I don't know what's with the hearts. Seven of Hearts is like illusions, unrealistic expectation, and having confusions, maybe in terms of love or romantic confusions, things like that. With the Three of Spade here, it represents heartbreak, sorrow, betrayal, emotional pain. I did not think this reading would be so much focused on his self love or self growth in terms of emotions. His he is emotionally feeling a lot of things. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, a lot of emotional ups and downs, as I said. Let's see how he can make it balanced, or how he can, what can he do to balance out this particular energy. Mm. I feel like a lot of things that I've mentioned, whatever is happening, it's being over stimulated, and he's been he'll have that in his mind throughout his day and night, and that's why it's becoming a little bit complicated, and something that's taking him here. We got seed. Okay, we got awakening. Oh, did I pull up the same card? I'm so sorry. I think this is the first deck I opened. Anyways, let's talk about the ideal type, and who would make his ideal type. This is different from the soulmates. Oftentimes we hear the word soulmate because we have some, well, we have like, soulmate is a person you carry out a certain unfinished business. So this is a lot different from having an ideal type. And in today's reading, let me discuss about, yeah, it's really different from ideal type, and also different from people who are there, they are attracted to. And yeah, there's variations, and there's a reason for the variations. And here, talking about their ideal type, I would say someone with a steady connection. A lot of us require a steady person, and a lot of people require someone who brings that excitement into their life. And with his case, his ideal type would be someone who has the steady connection, and someone who can give him that space of isolation and that pause. Like, let me tell you something. Some people will bring you that energy where you'll feel excited and also exhausted. You can't rest with them, and some people will be too energetic, and some people will overwhelm you, like take up a lot of your time. And I feel like he would be guided to this person, his ideal type, because uh, him wanting that steady connection, him wanting that a person whom he can just sit with the silence, just shut down all the things that he's doing and have that pause and just be with them. And I feel like when he is with them, he'll have the biggest breakthroughs. This is like related to work or even himself. Like when he's trying to just be that person, you know? Mm. When he's able to pause his work and be in that state, he can break through certain situation. And I feel like this he needs that mutual respect, someone who can respect him and someone whom he would respect. That's the kind of connection would be ideal to him. And I would say the destiny will be at play if like he will also be guided to this person, and he needs to trust the process. A lot of time we kind of tap out too soon, and that's what will make this connection fade away soon as you get the chance. What they're saying here is for you to let go of something to make that space clear. And sometimes when you clean up stuff, even the retrograde is asking you the same thing. Having issues, communication issues, or uh, anything that's like stopping or giving you that pause in life. And with the let go card, it's asking you to make the room. Make room for new things to happen, to show up in your life. And we also got water sign, someone who has these characteristics of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What I do feel like is it's someone who would go with the flow and wouldn't be stubborn, maybe. So yeah, someone who is emotionally invested. And for him, I would say someone who has their own ethical code, like not judging people and not giving that outwardly appearance a lot of importance, and someone who can understand what he would go through. So I would say his ideal type should would could be someone who's in the same profession or understands what he's gone through in his life, or someone who can support him. uh yeah, someone who can have that ability to understand or went through the same thing as he did. And the unconditional love shows up. I feel like this person could be his ideal type. I feel like he could he would be attracted to someone who's like a natural beauty and who doesn't care about appearances. Mhm. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna pull up like an animal spirit card to actually describe his ideal type, because it gives out more characteristics and way to. Okay, we got golden egg. Wasn't actually We got snake, someone who has literally a lot of potential, untapped potential. You can see the golden egg and the snake. Snake represents that. And yeah, golden egg is the message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Hmm. Someone who would be able to provide that warmth, the quietness, and the time for him to unfold. And this is like a not rushing, a not pushing, or a person who isn't like aggressive. I feel like this person could be really peaceful and who has this deep emotional sense. Someone who thinks deeply and who has that emotional depth. Mhm. And someone who like interacts with them a lot, like with their self a lot. And I see they could be starting stuff and stopping stuff before the things could pick up, and they could be interested in a lot of different things, and they're a bit restless.